You know, I'm over here trying to get everything ready for you. And all that I keep hearing from Spirit is like, go, its time is now. And I want to just celebrate and say, hey, because I'm not going to do these anymore based upon human time and a calendar. So a monthly energy update, well, you'll get one every month, but what they're really coming through with instead is this is an Akashic energy update. And sometimes that means it comes once a month and sometimes it comes a couple times a month. So for now, for you, for me, hi. God dang. I've been having so much fun with Inner Space and with the Akashic creator codes. Sometimes that's where my energy goes. And coming back here and home to you feels like the place that I want to be. Thank you for any way that you've participated here in the Luminous Mysteries over the last month or the last weeks or the last year. Because this really is, this is home. This is my center. This is where I come back to. Regardless of the initiations or other things that are going on, like this is home base. This is where I share the most. It's where I feel the safest. It's where I get to be with you. And I get to do all of my priestess duties and delights the most free. So thank you. I'll try not to cry too much today because fuck, I just recorded a podcast. If you want to hear me cry, yeah, go listen to that Anne Rice podcast. Plenty of it in there. But in this Akashic update, we want to address a couple of things. So let's just go ahead and open some sacred space, shall we? Yep, I like to do that with drums. Have you noticed? I have kind of some favorites. So let's open some sacred space because the messages are coming in very big. If you did the Akashic class with us with Saged, today is the day after our final class. My third eye has not stopped vibrating all night long. It feels like new gifts are coming online, and that's not just because of the class, but because something is activated within the Akashic field, which we'll talk about. This opening of sacred space is an opportunity for you to visit you. To unplug, to retract from anything else pulling at your attention. It's an invitation for you to come home. It's an invitation to remember your breath. To hear your heartbeat. It's an invitation into stillness. Whatever else has been going on, just give it permission to move out now. Begin to open up the Akashic records. Oh, interesting. What are we opening the records for? Usually I do it for the month, but if they don't want a month, they just want the energy update. So maybe we just activate the Akashic field. Say thanks. So if you've gone through the Akashic, or even if you haven't, we're going to activate the field of that Akashic now. It's always active, it's always alive, but allowing ourselves just to sync up. Giving it permission to ignite for and through us. If you want to open up your own records and know how, this would be a great time to do that. Receive what you need for you this month. Receive what you need for you right now. Lau no se ala I no sa laya asano ushina lau uku. And pause it if you need to and continue opening your own records, but they're beginning to come in, so I'm just going to let them. What they say is happening right now is there's been these big blasts of light that are coming to the planet. Anyone paying attention to the Schumann resonance, you might see those solar flares. Those big blasts of light are coming through the planet so that we can become more light. That blast, in order to activate through you, has got to clear pathways. So any challenges, difficulties, hard conversations, any griefs that you have had within the last little bit of time here, all necessary because it all has to be cleared out. We've had this sense over and over that going into this solstice portal, and it's not just a portal, it feels like it's a membrane that has to be penetrated, something that has to be pierced. I know. Do you see how much my eye is itching over here? Ooh, yeah. That's my right eye. Right eye of Ra, left eye of Horus. Kono ulukuno kuku nai kiki. Ooh, so I'll call upon my Ra aspect to come forward now, if that's what's trying to get my attention. Thank you. They say what's raining down upon our planet is star codes and frequencies that are available to us that up until now had been like dripping in. Now it feels like they're almost like comets that are coming in. They're so strong, they're so big. They're available to those of us who know how to pick them up, who choose how to pick them up. But sometimes if we don't have space in us to pick up the new keys, this is what some of the loss and grief they say over the past 2 years has been. So can you guys bring us back to the solstice portal? Oh, I feel that, hey. Everything is new. It's new skin, it's new you. It's new abilities to create, it's new abilities to be present. This has not come without lots of loss. There have been necessary sacrifices all along the way. Thanks. And not only sacrifices of things that have been lost, but even freedoms in some ways. In order to stay in the integrity, in order to stay in your sovereignty, it means that we say no to things that others may not say no to. And regardless of your choices, like you're saying no to things that everybody else is like, are you crazy? What's wrong with you? Cool. Keep staying in that. Keep feeding into your temple space. Keep activating your throne. Ong Sa. Remember that throne. Your Aust. Your mu'at. Aust. Let's do a little chanting now with the Aust. Bringing that down into root Shenka. Aust. Aust. Thank you. Because in many ways, in order for you to claim your Aust, your throne, your Isis, your God self here in form, aspects of the human you must die. Aust. So the initiations that we have had through loss, through sickness, through grief, Aust. Absolutely necessary. Some more of your divine self can inhabit. Six of Pentacles, first card that I pulled today, and they would like to say with that Six of Pentacles, you've never been alone in this. Ever. The ability for spirit guides, for the angelics, for the cosmic allies to be next to you now is only going to be amplifying through February. These beings have permission to be here through you. They're partnering with us in a different way than they ever have, because we need them now. Thanks. We need them now. But instead of us like reaching out and asking for help and waiting to be rescued, the difference is they will do the helping through us. I was going to say rescuing, but they're like, that's totally the wrong word. Because it's our world that's dying. They haven't been able to help because none of it makes sense to them. These are not the limitations that dictates the vision and the perspective and experience of their worlds. This is ours. Ours has to die in order for something else to come. They want to also just comfort you in this moment of the dying that needs to occur is happening. It's not like we need more catastrophes. It's not like we need more apocalypse. We're already well underway, my love. So this is not amplifying any fear for you. Hopefully we're not doing that at all. And instead recognition that you're in it. And those of us who are still choosing to be here in it, thanks that 8 of Pentacles, we're planting new seeds now. Different wording. Yes, thank you. The seeds have already been planted. And the star codes that are coming down, the ability for the allies to take form through us. Thanks. Aust. Heard. The seeds that have already been in us are being activated now with these things, and the success of that activation is going to look like us being more enlightened in some ways. And I want to say enlightened not as a hierarchical thing, but able to hold more light. We're able to shine differently. You've probably experienced this through dream space. If you've been doing any readings or receiving any readings, you're feeling all of these new things as well. The amplitude with which it's coming through today is really quite strong. And there's our 3 of Cups, where this is really, truly a great time of celebration. Thank you. Yes, heard. What's going to continue happening, and I feel like we say this frickin' every time I do an energy update, is that the division between the worlds is going to just be more pronounced. That pronouncement is so that those who are participating in the enlightenment game and those who are participating in the earth game will just be able to recognize the difference in each other so that they can wake up. Cool. The earth gamers have an opportunity to wake up because the enlightened gamers are brighter and they're like, oh, that looks different. So instead of the hardship being the thing that creates the division, it's going to be our light which highlights the division. I'm asking them now how they want us to move through this portal of solstice. Thanks. You do it in your sovereignty. You do it in your light. You do it by addressing anything that needs to be cleaned up now. You've probably gotten that message over the last month anyway, last 6 weeks, last 6 months. There's a lightness that we don't have to carry all of our baggage with us through into the solstice portal of light. Yeah, heard. I would love to do that. We're going to do a little bit of an activation now. Thanks. They would like to offer this as an activation that's going to support you not only through the solstice, also through end of the year, because we will continue. The cleanup is like now. Solstice occurs, we pierce through something. That solstice time through the end of the year into February, super potent time of creation, time of becoming. So what they're offering now is going to be something to support that time of becoming. I'm also checking to see what instrument they want. They want no instrument. Okay. I might drop some music in later, but for this moment in time, silence. Inviting you into your silence. Aust. And you might do an Aust saw, which again, that seed of Isis, the droplet of divinity within you, rising up. Aust saw. Aust. Sa. Thank you. And even in that chanting of Aust, it is a call to Isis, recognizing that Isis, in her divine mother form, has bigger perspective than you. Aust, Sa. So the Aust, calling in the mother, calling in the one who knows more and bigger and can become embodied through you. Sa, the best of you rising forward. Sa. Agreeing to participate in your becoming, in your divinity. Sa. And so moving from that place of Aust, from Muat, from the throne, from the root chakra or Shenka. Sorry, a lot of names for it there. Just wanted you to tap in at all levels. Bring that energy up through will. There we go, bringing it up to heart. And maybe making a commitment to yourself now of, I'm ready. I've never been more ready. And I can recognize that all of the sacrifices, all of the pains, all of the losses, all of the hurts, all of the isolation, all of the feeling crazy is worth it. And I still say yes. Good, so recommitting through heart. Woo, bringing that energy now up to third eye and crown for it to come out simultaneously. Woo. Thanks. And we're going to do this with a breath now, where there is an Aust drawing in from the cosmos into root. Aust. Sa going up through central pillar of the body, up through third eye and crown. Sa. Aust. Sa. Aust. Sa. Aust. Sa. Aust. Sa. Ooh, yeah, and as we move up into third eye, giving permission to perceive beyond, to speak beyond, to perceive beyond this realm. To see the fabric of reality as it is. To see through the matrix. So that you, my precious love, can be the progenitor of new world. Aust. Sa. Chanting it aloud always helps it vibrate higher, activates more. Aust. Sa. To perceive the world as it should be, not as it is, so that you move about on that new Akashic field accordingly. Thanks. They want to make sure that you recognize at solstice there is a very big choice point. You get to make a choice, and the freedom of that choice, the joy of that choice, the certainty in that choice is yours and is perfectly right. Whatever your choice is, to be with the enlightened or to be with the terrestrial, so the navigation does feel like it's going to be coming through heart and third eye in the next year. What reality do you live in? Choice is yours. Thank you. They want to just make sure that you understand you can change your mind at any point in time, but this commitment that's kind of being asked of you that will bring you extra. I don't like that extra. Hala uno kukuku. Thanks. You may change your mind at any point in time. You are being a free will. But it does feel like whatever you set into motion, it will continue to play itself out through all of those ripples of the Akashic field. And committing each time when there is hardship, when there is pain, when there is discomfort or suffering, to go and harvest the ka and bring it back to the gold. To find the divinity, the innocence, the love in all of it. To experience the sa. We did a lot of this in Inner Space. If this is a tool that you need, Inner Space is there available for you for self-paced. Thanks. And you need nothing from me. You can ask to receive these in whatever way is appropriate for you through your own sa, through your own knowing, through your own ascended one, through your own God self, all names of the sa. Aust sa. Yeah, they want to really acknowledge that what's coming is the first wave of this enlightenment, this higher vibration of awakening, because the awakening was really just the crack and was the destruction. What's coming next is like the attunement to the new frequencies, to the new ways. And those who choose to go through that here at Solstice will be really truly creating the seeds coming to life. It's not like we need to do anything in this next year of that act of creation. It's more about letting the seeds that are already in us come to life, using our voice to speak that, moving into alignment with that, becoming that. Letting more of your divine self inhabit form. And choosing each day when you wake, with each beat of your heart, which reality you are in. I know, and they're saying like the one that is dying or the one that is true. Bring all of that energy and attention now up to crown. And let that energy just kind of tickle that crown at Shenka. If you did Dream School with us last time, we'll be doing it again this February. But both that third eye and that crown are an egg of Akashic. So as we're up in this terrain, they really are just turning this on for you in a very different way. Through your choice. Thank you. A reminder again, you can stop this at any point in time. Through your choice, this will be turned on. Different keys come online. Thank you. They want to stress over and over, they're not doing anything to you. Everything is already in you. So coming up again to crown. And letting it just pulsate. Letting it breathe with the heartbeat of a new world. Cosmic, galactically awakened reality. What fun it's gonna be. Thank you. Bringing that back down with an Aust saw. We don't want any of this just to be the higher shankas. We want all of it to be this whole body. Thanks. So not only the whole body, thank you with that Aust saw. Bring that Aust saw all the way down to your feet as well. Let your feet open as your crown opens. They say this is DNA activation that they're doing right now, allowing all of your body to experience it. And aligning it through that midpoint of your body. Aligning all of the chakras through that jed, that center pillar of your body. On the Aust, calling it all the way down to feet. Sa, shooting up through the top of your head. And these two on their own will activate that light body. Will behave as torus field. So what you're doing right now is you're programming these frequencies or attuning your toroidal field to the sound frequencies of Aust Sa, to this activation of your becoming. They say this would be a really good activation when things do get hard for you. And really good activation when the tendency is to want to run away, escape, or bypass. This activation will really help you sit in the humanness of things by remembering that in that humanness is that's cute, the embryo of your divinity. Aust Sa. They remind you that by chanting Aust Sa at any point in time, it will activate all of this again. Tap in as needed. And give permission to let it feel good. Good. Thank you. Final piece for today that they want to make sure that you're aware of is you in your isolation, you retreated from the world. This activation benefits less. You being able to receive, vibrate at all of this, and go into the world so that others may passively activate off of you so that you become a beacon of light and hope is the greatest effect. They remind you this is not the lifetime that you chose to be in the caves meditating on your own. This is the lifetime that you chose to be of this world so that you can change this world. It is the love for this world and everything in it that allows us to move it to a different vibration, not the hatred or desire to escape it. Your love of everything in this world transforms it, allows it to show more of itself to you, allows you to perceive its truth, its simplicity, its purity, its beauty. And in perceiving it and vibrating with it, it begins to respond to you. You'll recognize your ability to affect reality when you're behaving and engaging in reality, not by through simply meditating at home. Thank you. They would also like to remind you, not your job to wake anyone up, not your job to change anyone's mind. The more blissfully silent that you can be in the world, holding this frequency, the more effective you'll be. Thank you. In this moment, the only speaking that needs to come is in setting the boundaries that protect your field of love, that allow others to engage with it in a way that is safe for you. That's the only speaking. Thank you. We speak from the places of our sovereignty as an affirmation of what we know to be true. We don't try to change or affect anyone else's. We let that be passive. Let that be the affect of our presence. Thank you. If you were not supposed to be here doing this work, you would not be here. Anyone who does not want to be here has plenty of options to not be here. The fact that you continually choose each moment to be here is a constant source of hope and possibility. Thank you. And that doesn't just go for you, but anyone else who is still choosing to be here is because there is a seed in them that wants to go through this same awakening and enlightenment process. It is still their saw, their droplet of the divine, hoping to reunite with its divinity. This is not a time to worry for the humans. Your worry and stress serves no one. Aust. Aust. Thank you. They would also like me to address that none of this has anything to do with dimensions of reality. This is not you moving to 5D or 4D. Don't even get those words in your head. This is a completely new Akashic field, realm of potentiality, cosmic reality that is available. They would like me to acknowledge the priestesses. Priestesses who participated in getting this ready on the planet, holding these frequencies and vibrations on the planet, who gave of their personal sovereignty, lives, joys. They sacrificed the self for the greater good. Thank you for your efforts. This is the time where you get joy. Those personal sacrifices are not required in this lifetime. You get joy. You get all. This is the celebration. This is your recognition of all of those lifetimes. Aust saw. They would also like to acknowledge that this, it feels like effervescent champagne bubbles as this energy is coming on through me, letting that fill your entire energetic body, which could look like your Merkaba, which could look like this bubble around you. It's not a bubble keeping anything out. It's a bubble of you affirming your truth, your sovereignty, your divinity, your Aust Sa. So let that effervescence fill your field. Not with a no, but with a yes. 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 You are celebrated. You are precious. Your sacrifices are no longer required. Because we are here. We are here. We are here. Filling as it has always been promised. I invite you to sit in this as long as you would like. To receive, to remember, to activate, to flow, to bask in the bliss of you. And I thank you for allowing me to transmit and receive this today. What a gift it is to see you. What a gift it is to love you. What a gift it is to create and dance with you. I love you so very much. See you in 2022.